simple human sense.
Most of mid-Michigan seeing some heavy snow showers this afternoon, but we still have a couple of rain showers occurring for those of us along and south of I-94. But as we go forward, cooler temperatures moving in, so widespread snow showers expected as we go forward. Temperatures 33 degrees in Lansing, 37 in Jackson, and 39 our current temperature in Hillsdale and Coldwater. Snow showers remaining in the forecast for the rest of the day today and also sticking around for the forecast tomorrow as well before some cooler temperatures begin to move in. I'll have some more details for you in just a bit. 6 News at Noon starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at Noon.
President-elect Donald Trump is wrapping up 2024 by supporting one of his loyal supporters as he transitions to the White House continues. It's our top story at noon. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. Megan is off today. President-elect Donald Trump will ring in the new year at Mar-a-Lago, but he wrapped up some last-minute business when he endorsed Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson to retain the gavel in the new Congress. Erica Brown is here for you with the latest.
Happy New Year.
President-elect Donald Trump will host his annual New Year's Eve bash at Mar-a-Lago this evening. It's his last big party before moving to the White House in 2025. But Trump's focus turned further down Pennsylvania Avenue to Capitol Hill, where the House Speaker's race will be the first order of business when the new Congress convenes on Friday. He wrote on social media that House Speaker Mike Johnson is a good, hard-working, religious man. He'll do the right thing, and we will continue to win. Mike has my complete and total endorsement.
I'm really humbled and honored to have President Trump's endorsement for Speaker again.
Johnson told Fox News that he plans to work hard to implement Trump's agenda on Capitol Hill. Trump's endorsement may help Johnson in his bid for the Speaker's gavel, but some Republican colleagues are upset with the deal he made with Democrats to avoid a government shutdown just before Christmas. Several Republicans have not committed to support Johnson, and Thomas Massie from Kentucky says he is a no vote. Johnson can only lose one Republican vote and still get the majority vote needed to win.
We're in constant conversation about all this. I think that those members and all of them want to be a part of these solutions. They made big promises to their constituents in this campaign cycle, and we've got to deliver upon them now.
The House cannot vote on anything else until a speaker is elected. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
When the last Congress gavelled into session in 2023, it took 15 votes over 4 days for former Speaker Kevin McCarthy to win the gavel. The CDC is reporting that cases of norovirus soared nationwide during the first week in December. In fact, stats show it was more than double the highest number recorded across America since 2021. In Michigan, close to 1,400 cases of norovirus are on record this year. The illness is very contagious and causes vomiting and diarrhea because your stomach and intestines become enlarged and irritated. Other symptoms include fever, headache, and body aches. Touching contaminated surfaces is one of the most common ways the illness is spread. It's particularly dangerous in children under the age of 5 and among the elderly with weakened immune systems. Tons of New Year's Eve festivities will take place tonight, and while authorities want you to have fun with family and friends, they warn it's also important to be safe. Last year, there were 297 roadway deaths in Michigan involving alcohol use. Also, 256 deaths involving drugs. Together, this means that more than 40% of Michigan's total automobile deaths were a result of alcohol or drugs. That's why both Lansing Police and the Michigan State Police are cracking down on impaired driving tonight and tomorrow. We spoke to the Chief of Police about what they're doing to keep the roads safe.
So we are going to have increased patrols on New Year's Eve, specifically to address people that are driving under the influence, to make sure that those who make those poor decisions are going to be held accountable, but also because this is a popular night for families and many people to go out and celebrate.
Authorities say it's important to remember that no amount of impaired driving is okay. Call an Uber, a taxi, or a sober friend. State officials want to remind people about the state's firework laws so you can end 2024 with a big bang and not a bust. Under the Michigan Fireworks Safety Act, you are allowed to set off consumer-grade fireworks from 11 o'clock today until 1 o'clock tomorrow morning, an hour before the ball drops. After the ball drop, excuse me. It's illegal for fireworks to be used on public property and while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Violations can lead to fines up to $10,000 and even time in jail. It's also highly recommended to check with your city to see what ordinances they have regarding fireworks that may differ from state guidelines. In observance of New Year's Day, CATA will be providing limited holiday service. In fact, operations will shut down early today and there will be no service tomorrow. However, the Spectran office will remain open from 8 to 5 tomorrow for anyone who wants to schedule rides happening the day after New Year's Day. CATA will resume its regular services on Thursday. In other news, the U.S. Treasury Department is working with the FBI and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency after Chinese hackers remotely accessed several of the department's workstations and unclassified documents. Officials say they learned of the problem on December 8th after it was notified that hackers compromised a third-party software service, which gave them access to several employee workstations. The department says the compromised service has since been taken offline and there's no evidence that the hackers still have access to its information. However, the agency did not provide details on how many workstations had been accessed or what sort of documents may have been obtained. China denies any involvement.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Area of low pressure to our south is what's responsible for the wintry mix of rain and snow that we had across the area this morning and the precipitation that we continue to see across mid-Michigan this afternoon. For those of us north of I-94, we are dealing with a couple of heavy bursts of snow across the area, specifically in and around the Lansing area. South of that boundary, temperatures are still above the freezing mark in the mid to upper 30s, so we're just looking at widespread light rain showers at this time, but eventually everyone will see the chance for snow as we move throughout the second half of the day. Again, heavy bursts of snow will be possible as we move into the evening hours between 4 and 8 o'clock, likely going to be the time frame for those heavy bursts of snow to occur, and they will not only be slightly reducing visibility across the area, but that's when we're likely going to start to see some slushy accumulations on the roadways, not only impacting our Tuesday evening commute, but overnight tonight with temperatures falling below freezing and snow continuing to fall, all of that moisture going to refreeze over, so some slick conditions also going to be possible on your way to and from any of your New Year plans that you have. As we move into New Year's Day, area of low pressure passes off to our east, but it's still going to be bringing some really cold air into the area, and that's going to turn up a couple of lake effect snow showers, but we're not going to see anything significant in terms of accumulations by that time. Even today, widespread accumulation is going to remain relatively minimal, anywhere between 1 to 2 inches by the time we finish off our Tuesday. For tomorrow's round of lake effect snow, I really do think we're only going to see a trace amount in terms of additional accumulations across the area. However, after this, we are going to be gearing up for some pretty big changes going forward. We are going to be dry for most of our 6-day forecast, but it's going to come along with a really big cool down. Long range temperature outlook shows that temperature is likely going to be well below normal, not only for much of the Midwest, but for much of the central and eastern portions of the United States as we move into the first few days in the month of January. Outside right now, you can see those heavy bursts of snow flying over towards the capital. It is just slightly reducing visibility across the area, but we're still above that 1 mile mark. Normally when we get below that, that's when we start to see some significant impacts on the roads. Temperatures 33 degrees in Lansing, winds at 10 miles per hour coming out of the north-northeast, dropping our wind chill temperatures down to 25 degrees. Similar situation over in Grand Ledge. You can see the visibility beginning to drop in the background over here. We've seen winds gusting up to 10 miles per hour in Grand Ledge thus far. However, no sustained winds being picked up by our sensor, so our temperature and wind chill temperature in Grand Ledge both sitting at 33 degrees. We're at 37 in Jackson, feeling like we are in the upper 20s, and we are dry as of right now in Hillsdale, but rain showers going to be returning in the next few hours, and then widespread snow by this evening. Temperatures, however, in Hillsdale consistently have been nice, currently sitting at 40 degrees, a peak wind gust of 27 miles per hour thus far. High temperatures for today will be topping out in the mid-30s, so there is going to be a considerable amount of melting that occurs across the area, but wind chill temperatures will remain in the mid to upper 20s as we go throughout the rest of the day. Our 6-day forecast shows this is going to be the warmest day that we have as we move into the new year. Yes, we are going to be above freezing, but not by much, and then of course by Thursday, those high temperatures dropping down into the 20s.
It is snowing outside.
Yeah, you know, I thought it was going to be like the light snow help
Yeah.
make a little festive. This is a little frightful, it looks
Yeah,
like.
and a lot of people can't really see right behind you, but it is coming down outside.
Yeah, you're going to need the
Yeah.
snow shovels after this one.
100%. All right, thank you very much. Well,
The nation prepares to say goodbye to former President Jimmy Carter. I'm Christian Benavides at the Carter Center in Atlanta, with the tributes now pouring in